Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I know I'm last to the party after everybody else's videos popped up, but I just got a chance to finally watch the new DC Clayface horror movie trailer written by Mike Flanagan. And yeah, it's based on the Batman villain Clayface. This seems, in a lot of ways, to take inspiration from what I can tell, and maybe there's like other comics out there, and I've seen body horror in basic like Batman Clayface comics and stuff. And in some of the shows, and even The Batman, the old 2004 animated series, I just reviewed that one. I just rewatched it. They had some moments of kind of body horror there for that, but for a kid's show. This is a straight-out horror film, and it seems like they're taking a lot of inclinations and inspiration, in my opinion, from there's a newer series of Batman novels. There's a duology. I can't remember the name of the first one. I think it's Batman Resurrection. I read it and reviewed it here on the channel too, from John Jackson Miller. And Clayface was a villain there, and kind of the lead villain, sorta, kinda, in that old Joel Schumacher-y way and Tim Burton way, where it's not just him. Anyway, he had a lot of moments there where he's like, not just the big, clay monster that we all know as Clayface. This one is kind of like that. It's a humanoid guy who can change up his features and if he wants to wipe his whole face smooth and clean or like reshape it by his hands to look like someone, whether it be Bruce Wayne or anybody, he could do that in that book, and it seems like they're going to have him doing that here in this movie. I gotta tell you up front, I'm really interested. I was already interested when Mike Flanagan was on board writing a DC horror movie. I hope it's good. I don't think like Batman or anybody's gonna be in it. I think it's gonna be fashioned after kind of like the Joker movie, being like a taxi driver kind of movie with no Batman there. I feel like that's what we're doing with this too, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. I like stuff like that when we do it. But I'm hoping this is not going to be like the introduction of Batman into the DC world. I feel like that's a terrible, terrible misstep if we do that. But I could be wrong. I mean, it is Mike Flanagan. I feel like he could pull any of that off if he wanted to. Dude can lift a pinky and create awesome work, man. So yeah, I like that. I like the actual music they picked for the trailer. There's some really great, horrific body horror scenes. And we all knew that it was going to be body horror. That was obvious going into the idea and concept of a Clayface horror film. But none of us really knew how far that would go. And it seems like he'll still be able to like make weapons out of his hands and stuff. At one point you see a shadow cast on the wall where his arm turns into like what almost looks like a mace. But you don't see it physically. I'm curious what that's going to look like, how fleshy that could look, and maybe at one point, maybe he turns into the big Clayface monster that we know, with like the brown Clayface. Looks like a pile of shit walking around. Maybe he'll turn into that at some point. I don't know. Kind of hoping he doesn't. But if he does, I'm not going to complain about it. Because this seems fashioned after the Batman Resurrection Clayface to me. And again, that one might be inspired from something else from the comics or another show or something I don't remember. But, I'm just using Batman Resurrection as the closest comparison to what I'm recently used to with that, where I've seen Clayface be like this. But some of that body horror, let's get back to that. Pretty much all of it is practical effects. And you have moments that the CGI thing makes it kind of wonky, For example, at one point his mouth is like he's in a hospital bed, I think it was, or regular bed. I wasn't paying attention to the details of the background. I was paying attention to the mouth, and it's like kind of strung together, like the skin is stuck. In that layer of skin, to me, it still looks too CGI-like, but like, I think the mind behind it is, oh, well, it's supposed to be skin, technically, clay skin, whatever. It's real thin, so like the light would kind of go through that, even though there's no light behind it. Still on the outside, it would be like that. I'm assuming they're trying to think it that way. And that's fine, whatever. I'm not going to nitpick it to death over stuff like that. The story is what's going to matter the most to me. The character, Clayface, this should be a character study. It should matter most about, for anybody who doesn't know, an actor losing his whole life because he can't keep his appearance because of now he looks like a horrific stroke victim. And he can also move his face around in different ways than you and I or Jim Carrey. It's a little closer to Jim Carrey, but like more extreme. Anyway, Clayface Seems like it's going to be a cool flick. The body horror, I didn't know how far they would go with that. I'm assuming it's going to be way more horrific in the movie. Like, since this is a horror film, do you think it's possible that even though, like, his face is made of clay, like in Batman Resurrection, his skin will be, but especially his face, do you think it'd be possible that, like, do you think it's not going to be a big clay monster type of thing? Do you think he could actually, like, open up his own chest, or if somebody hits him too hard, maybe their hand will go through him? Do you think he could, like, since it's a horror film, and this is grisly, I'm sorry, if you don't want to hear it, you probably want to click off. Do you think he'd be able to, like, peel open his chest and look in and see his organs and stuff? I don't know. I'm just asking. I know that's a horrific thing to ask. I probably shouldn't as a Christian, but just as a concept for this film being a horror movie, like I said, I kind of wonder if they're going to go that far here. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by the film. One of the best body horror moments for me, I think he was looking in like a mirror or something, and like his eye was stuck. Like his eyelid was like molded over his eye a little bit, and it was pretty disgustingly foul, man. And I think what got me the most about that, there's something about eyes for me. Like the idea of losing an eye, or an eye being popped out of your head, or anything, that's super horrific to me. That's one of my biggest fears out there, man. But I don't know what else they're going to do with this movie. I mean, as a character study, it could be very cool, but story-wise, I'm curious what they're going to do here. But yeah, what do you guys think about the Clayface movie? Did you love this trailer so far? Are you excited for this? I'm really interested. I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. Dude, I'm looking more forward to this than anything coming out from DC right now. Literally anything. Like, Superman Man of Tomorrow could be an improvement on that first 2025 Superman movie. It'd be kind of hard if you couldn't improve it past that. But like Supergirl, after reading the Woman of Tomorrow book I reviewed, and just seeing what I've seen from that trailer, that is the trailers that have been coming out, I'm just not impressed, to be honest with you. So this is like the only thing I'm looking forward to from DC, movie-wise and TV-wise right now. Lanterns looks like shit to me. So anyway, what are your thoughts on all this? Put your thoughts in comments down below about Clayface and Mike Flanagan and all that stuff. Thank you all for watching, guys. Can you imagine the fact that like 10 years ago, we would have never gotten this movie? Even around the time we got Joker, however long that was ago, that was what, 2019, 2018? There's no way we would have gotten this back then. Mike Flanagan got a chance to come through with a really cool script just literally out of nowhere, and I'm glad that James Gunn approved it. So hopefully it'll be really good. Anyway, put your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.